Now you guys might be wondering, why have you done a video on Crash, you've done a video on Shipment, but you never did a video on Port? I didn't do a video on Port because I don't have much to say about Port yet. I haven't been able to play it enough, so in case you guys are wondering, that's why. And I would be doing I Need a Weapon or working on that right now, but the thing is new maps, gotta talk about them, you know, what's my thoughts on them. And of course, this new map is an old map, Vacant. And I always liked Vacant in Call of Duty 4, despite not liking it very much. Now, let me explain what I mean. Vacant creates a lot of very, what would you say, lopsided matches. And that is because the outdoors on Vacant basically just has a lot of vantage points and a lot of quick places they can get to lock people into the building. This map isn't the close quarters, hallway battles that I feel like Infinity Ward maybe thought it would be back when they first released the map during Call of Duty 4, but there's always been too much cover inside of Vacant for it to ever be this close quarters thing. It's a lot of people head glitching and waiting in hallways. It's not like fast-paced close quarters hallway, corridor battles, whatever. What it ends up being is somebody waiting at the end of a hallway or whether in a window or a doorway or whatever, waiting at the end and shooting whoever walks in front of them. And that's fine, I guess, but it does get old after a while, and that's one of the reasons I started to hate the map, is that in Modern Warfare Remastered, it just would it seemed like it would get voted for so often, and I really got tired of the lopsided combat. I really hate being in the building. I don't like being outside either. I think both areas have their disadvantages. But when I'm in the building, they know where I have to leave from. They know the door, they know the windows, they know the other door, they know the big passageway. They know where I have to come from. I'm incredibly predictable. My team is incredibly predictable if we are in the building and the enemies are outside. Vacant has always forced players to be really good at taking out head glitchers, but this is the first map, and maybe you guys are gonna be flabbergasted by the fact that this is the first map, but this is the first map in Modern Warfare that makes me kind of hate the mounting mechanic. This map was always full of head glitchers and people just waiting at the end of hallways, but now with mounting, they can mount doorways and the windowsills, and now they're just more accurate, so it's kind of head glitching 2.0. Lots of maps in Call of Duty and in Modern Warfare specifically have places where players can head glitch, and for the most part I'm okay with those areas if they're capable of being flanked. But as I stated, as I'm pointing out, it's really lopsided and Vacant, so it might be easy to counter the head glitcher if you're able to get, one up on them in the gunfight, and then able to push out past where they were head glitching and fire at enemies that are trying to get to that same head glitch position. I'm saying head glitch to the point that it doesn't even seem like two actual words. But yeah, this is the first map that I discovered that mounting is kind of annoying on. Like, I've never had a problem in this game with mounting. It's fine, I get it. It's a decent mechanic that I utilize against my enemies more than it's utilized against me, I feel like. But this map really caters to it, because if you crouch at any of the popular head glitch spots, the game prompts you to mount, so most people are going to mount. Fighting a coordinated team in Vacant is like getting your teeth pulled while you're awake, and it's not going to change in Modern Warfare, and they did some changes for the worst. In my opinion, this room here that you're seeing my character standing in, this room used to have a lot of cover with these little desk cubicle things that were scattered around this room. And maybe I'm making that up in my head, but I remember there just being a ton of cover in here that I never felt open and exposed from the two doorways that enter into this room and the one gated doorway that you can shoot through into the room. I never felt like a fish in a barrel until this version of the map, and I was hoping they'd either open up the gated door or add an extra door out of this shipping area. I was kind of hoping that there'd be a door that leads to the back alley along the windows in the outside area. You're seeing it right here. I was hoping there'd be a doorway that kind of goes from the warehouse to maybe another room and then goes out here, so it's easier to leave this room in a less predictable way, because you just feel like a fish in a barrel in this room if the enemies have either the gated door, the main door, or the side door. So yeah, an extra flanker would have been nice, and just put the cover back in this room, please, because I'd feel really naked here. And another thing that's pretty interesting to me is these little buildings over here that kind of reside in the the far corner. And this gives people cover if they need it. It gives them a place to hide from air streaks if they are caught outside, because being caught outside on Vacant when something like a chopper would come in COD 4 would be a death sentence. Now you have a building you can run into. The building doesn't really work as a vantage point. It's mostly just, basic cover. You could hide in there if you want, but, have fun getting 0 kills. It also is a hard point, I believe also a headquarters in these 2 buildings here, one of the 2 buildings or both. But it gives more areas for objectives, and it gives people that are stuck outside that can't get inside, because the map is a little lopsided, and being outside was, kind of a nightmare sometimes because there wasn't a lot of cover. It kind of gives you cover, it gives you some place you can go be safe if there's like an airstrike coming in or something, so that's good. They're out of the way enough that if somebody wants to camp there all game, I mean, go for it. It's no more frustrating than anything else, and it's not really a good enough vantage point for me to think that you're going to be ruining my game. It's just going to be a spot you can be, whatever, but mostly it's just a place for temporary cover. But anyway, I enjoy this map because it's free and it is a old fan favorite. I like the map even though I know it's lopsided, unbalanced, and is kind of just a map that encourages you to just sit at the end of a hallway and wait for somebody to walk in front of you. It always was that. You still get people rushing around the bathroom area, that little hallway that leads outside to that main platform. That's pretty cool. That bathroom area still has a lot of foot traffic and everything. But I just recommend you bring a relatively accurate weapon that is good at taking out head glitchers, and a shotgun for the really close quarters engagements where you need the upper hand fast. So an accurate assault rifle, or LMG, and a shotgun would be a really good combination for this map. In fact, my old loadout, I might actually make a video on, because I used to use this loadout all the time back in COD 4. It was the AK-74U and the W2000 shotgun, overkilled. They were the only 2 guns I felt like I could use without stopping power, and I didn't need Juggernaut because I was just going to be moving around in and out of cover and being a little bitch. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I might make a video on that AK-74U shotgun build I used to do. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video for whatever reason. I'm just basically saying, hey, the map's still lopsided. Give me views. I don't know, I'm tired. It's like 3 AM for me.